but I'm going to go over the principles of an electromagnet. And I've got a few items here to help illustrate that point. This is our main component right here. This is actually our coil. This is actually a collection of really tiny wire wound around an empty core here. This wire has a special insulation on it. It's very thin. You almost can't tell it's insulation, but when you scrape it off, you can actually expose the copper. That's the way it's able to be wound around itself so many continuous times without shorting out. So we have one end here and the other end there. We have some testing alligator clips to make our connection to our power source much easier. This is going to serve as our iron core inside the coil. This will actually end up becoming magnetized. I used a bolt, but really any sort of ferrous metal that can fit through this opening would work. And this is our test subject. Now, first of all, you want to make sure that if you have this type of wire, the special winding wire, the resistance is high enough to not create a short. I'm going to apply these test leads to make testing the resistance a little bit easier. So I've got the meter here. Plug in that one. So obviously you can see we don't have a great connection here. Alright, you can see we have 118, a little over 118 ohms. If we use Ohm's law, we know that we're applying 120 volts to it. We divide by that 118. That means we're only going to have 1 amp. That's not going to trip anything. So we're good to test this out. And we're going to insert this joker through there. So of course you want to make sure that your live wires aren't touching the metal at any point. We don't want any of that. And I'm going to set our test subject right there, a screw, a steel screw. This joker is not hooked up yet. So, just for safety purposes, I'm going to show that this is right here while I'm messing with these wires. So we're going to put one alligator clip here. So what's going to happen is that you're going to have this magnetic field that's rotating around because of the alternating current. And it's going to rotate and rotate, and what it's going to end up doing with that rotating magnetic field is this iron core that we have in the center is actually going to become magnetized. We're going to have a magnetic field, an invisible magnetic field running around this thing with a north and south pole. And what you'll see is this little screw jump up and hit our core. Alright, I'm going to plug it in. Here we go. And right now, I don't know if you can hear it rattling, but that's it trying to pull it in. And when I unplug it, demagnetized.